Another year behind us now, dust on our worn out shoes. We walked through fire, we learned to bend, we lost a thing or two. The calendar is turning slow, like it knows our fears. Every ending leaves a prayer hanging in the air. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds my hand. A new morning, same God, same mercy, same grace, still walking beside me at a slower pace. A new morning, same God, faithful as before. I'm stepping into this new year, not alone anymore. Mama said don't chase the clock, it don't wait on you. God ain't late and God ain't rushed, He always moves you through. I laid my worries on the floor like an old coat worn thin. If I've learned one thing from last year, it's where peace begins. A new morning, same God, same mercy, same grace, still walking beside me at a slower pace. A new morning, same God, faithful as before. I'm stepping into this new year, not alone anymore. I don't need all the answers now, I don't need the road made clear. If you're here when the sun comes up, I don't have to fear. A new morning, same God, that's enough for me. A new morning, same God.
The room's quieter than it should be, like it remembers every sound. All the goodbyes we didn't finish are still hanging around. We said see you later like we meant it, but we didn't make it clear which parts of us were staying and which were leaving here. Some smiles stay polite too long, some truth stayed out of sight. We learned how easy it is to carry things through the night. The clock keeps moving without asking, without slowing down, like it knows there's more ahead of us than what we found. Maybe endings don't need meaning, maybe they just need time to let the moment pass us without drawing a line. After the last goodbye, we're still standing here with 1,000 quiet thoughts we didn't say last year. After the last goodbye, when the noise is gone, we find out who we are. When the year moves on. Last year wasn't what we pictured, but it taught us how to stay, how to sit inside the silence without pushing it away. Some plans fell through completely, some hopes learned how to bend, some answers took their time and never showed up in the end. We learned that closure isn't dramatic, it doesn't always arrive. Sometimes it's waking up and realizing you survived. If the past still calls my name, I don't run from it anymore. I let it speak, then let it go and close the door. I don't need a clean beginning, I don't need a perfect sign. If I'm walking looking forward, honestly, I'm doing fine. After the last goodbye, we're still standing here with a little more patience than we had last year. After the last goodbye, when the night moves on, we find out who we are. When the year moves on, maybe starting over isn't changing everything. Maybe it's learning what the quiet brings. Maybe hope is something smaller than we thought it would be. Not a promise, not a plan, just the courage to see. Outside the city's breathing slowly, waiting for the day, like it's been here all along while we found our way. I don't need this year to fix me, I don't need it to explain. If I keep moving forward gently, that's enough change. I'll take the lessons I can carry, leave the rest behind, trusting that becoming something new doesn't erase my past in time. After everything we've said goodbye to, everything we outgrew, there's still a part of me believing something good is coming too. After the last goodbye, I'm still standing here with a quieter kind of hope for the coming year. After the last goodbye, I don't need to know, I'll take the next step forward and let tomorrow show. Electric piano repeats one gentle phrase, pad fades slowly and on an unresolved but warm chord. The party's over, lights are low, empty words still hang around. All the laughter from before is quieter now. We raised our glasses high tonight, said things we meant halfway, tried to smile through memories we couldn't make it stay. The clock keeps moving on its own, no pause, no second chance. Every ending leaves us standing here like this. Maybe hope is not a promise, maybe it's just standing near, holding on to one belief as we face another year. Another year begins tonight with dreams we haven't tried. May the days ahead be kinder than the ones we left behind. Another year begins tonight after all we've been through. May we find a little courage to believe in something new. Some years teach us how to fight, some show us how to bend, some just leave us wondering how we made it to the end. We lost a few illusions, gained a scar or two, but we're still here, still breathing, still hoping to. Outside the night is listening, waiting for the light, like the world knows morning comes after goodbye. We don't know what waits before us, we don't read the road ahead, but we're standing here together, that's enough instead. Another year begins tonight with dreams we haven't tried. May the days ahead be kinder than the ones we left behind. Another year begins tonight, no matter what we knew. May we step into tomorrow, believe in something new. Here's to all the broken plans that taught us how to stand. Here's to love that stayed with us when nothing went as planned. Here's to every heart still hoping, even tired, even unsure. We don't need the answers now, we just need more. Another year begins tonight
Let the past release its hold. May we carry what we've learned and let the rest unfold. Another year begins tonight. This is what we choose to do. Walk into the morning, believe in something new. The night grows quiet, the sky turns clear. Whatever comes next, we're here. Nothing ends all at once, it just slowly lets go, like the sound of a room. After everyone goes, we packed up the year in quiet boxes, labeled some, forgot the rest, trying not to look too closely at the things we never said. Some moments still feel unfinished, like sentences cut in half. We meant to turn them into answers, but time just kept on passing fast. The night feels honest in its stillness, no fireworks left to show, just the weight of everything we carried and the courage to let it go. Maybe closure doesn't come with certainty, maybe it comes with rest, learning how to sit with questions instead of needing what's next. Nothing ends all at once, it just changes its name, becomes memory, becomes distance, becomes something we can face. Nothing ends all at once when the year turns new. We don't lose who we've been, we just make room to move. Last year taught us how to pause, how to breathe between the lines, how strength can look like staying still when everything says run inside. Some dreams didn't survive the season, some stayed longer than planned, some left us with a quiet truth we didn't understand. We learned that time doesn't explain itself, it just keeps moving on, and healing isn't loud or fast, it hums a softer song. If the past still pulls at my sleeve, I don't push it away, I let it walk beside me for just another day. I don't need the moment finished, I don't need the meaning clear. If I keep showing up honestly, that's enough this year. Nothing ends all at once, it just slowly rewrites, turns what hurt into something that fits our lives. Nothing ends all at once, and that's okay to know. We don't have to be ready, we can grow as we go. Maybe starting over isn't breaking away, maybe it's learning what we're allowed to stay. Maybe hope doesn't arrive with a reason or plan, maybe it just sits with us and holds our hand. Outside the sky is changing color, not rushing into light, like it knows tomorrow comes. Whether we sleep or fight, I don't need the year to promise me that everything will heal. If I'm walking into it gently, that already feels real. I'll take the pieces that still matter, leave the rest behind, trusting that becoming something new doesn't mean losing time. Nothing ended all at once tonight, nothing suddenly fell through. The year just opened quietly and said there's room for you. Nothing ends all at once when a new year begins. We carry what we've learned without erasing where we've been. Nothing ends all at once, this is how we move. One honest step forward with nothing left to prove.
Soft piano chords played slowly, light pad underneath, no melody hook. very gentle bill, calm and open. The room is filled with quiet talking, half-finished thoughts and empty smiles. We laugh like nothing ever hurt us, just to pass the time. Glasses raised a little higher, trying not to look behind. But every second feels heavier as the clock unwinds. Some of us are holding victory, some are holding scars. Some are wondering how we made it this far. We don't say all feel the same, standing on the edge of change. The night is slowing down, like it's giving us a choice to listen to the moment instead of all the noise. Right here at midnight, with nothing figured out, we're still breathing, still believing that counts for something now. Right here at midnight, between the old and new, we don't need all the answers yet, just this moment to move through. Some plans didn't work out right, some promises wore thin, some goodbyes came too quickly, some stayed longer than we meant. We learned how fast a year can change, how fragile things can be, how strength sometimes looks like just staying on your feet. There are nights we felt invisible, days we wanted more, but somehow we kept showing up like we'd done before. If the past is a lesson, then maybe this is the test, to let go and take a breath. We don't know what's waiting on the other side of now, but we're standing here together, and that's enough for tonight. Right here at midnight, with nothing figured out, we're still breathing, still believing that counts for something now. Right here at midnight, between the old and new, we don't need all the answers yet, just this moment to move through. Maybe starting over doesn't mean starting strong. Maybe it just means staying when running feels wrong. Maybe hope is quieter than we thought it would be. Not a shout, not a promise, just the courage to see. Outside the city's breathing slowly, waiting on the light, like it knows tomorrow comes whether we're ready or not. I don't need the year to save me, I don't need it to be perfect. If I walk into it honestly, maybe that's worth it. I'll take what I've learned, leave what I can't control, carry the good with me and loosen my hold. Right here at midnight, I'm learning how to stay, letting go of yesterday without pushing it away. Right here at midnight, this is what I choose, to step into tomorrow with nothing to prove. Piano returns alone, pad slowly fades in, and a soft unresolved chord. Low piano notes spaced far apart, soft ambient pad underneath, almost like room tone. No rhythm at first, tempo settles slowly. The year doesn't ask if we're ready, it just opens up its hands, like a road we didn't choose yet, but we're standing where it begins. Some of us are holding quiet wins no one else can see. Some are counting every moment that it took just to be free. The night feels honest in this moment, no fireworks left to hide, just a city catching its breath. On the other side, we spent so long trying to be strong, trying to understand. Now we're here without a script, doing the best we can. Maybe starting over isn't fixing what was wrong. Maybe it's learning how to stay when everything moves on. The year doesn't ask for answers, it doesn't wait for signs. It just keeps on moving forward, 1 second at a time. The year doesn't ask for promises or reasons to begin. It opens up the door and says, come in. Last year left us asking questions we didn't plan to face. How fast a life can change direction, how fragile is our pace. We held on to what we could, we let go when we were done. Somehow learning how to stand still felt like learning how to run. We learned that closure isn't loud, it doesn't make a scene. Sometimes it's just waking up and noticing what's changed in me. If the past still calls my name, I don't answer every time. Some lessons take a full year just to realize I don't need the future written, I don't need it guaranteed. If I take the next step honestly, that's enough for me. The year doesn't ask for answers, it doesn't wait for signs. It just keeps on moving forward, 1 second at a time. The year doesn't ask for promises or reasons to begin. It opens up the door and says, come in. Maybe hope is less about believing and more about staying here, letting the moment hold us instead of feeding fear. Maybe we don't have to rush to call this something new. Maybe becoming takes time we haven't lived through. Outside the sky is changing slowly, not rushing in the blue, like it knows tomorrow comes whether we're ready to. I don't need this year to save me, I don't need it to be kind. If I walk into it honestly, I'll be fine. I'll take the quiet strength I found when nothing else made sense, carry it into days ahead. Without defense, the year may not ask who I am or who I used to be, but it gives me space to figure out what's next for me. The year doesn't ask for answers, it just gives us time, room to learn, room to fail, room to try. The year doesn't ask for promises, just that we begin. So I'm stepping through the door, walking in. Piano returns alone, pad fades slowly, and on an unresolved hopeful chord. Soft electric guitar swells with volume pedal, distant piano notes enter slowly after 40s. No beat at first, rhythm settles gently.
We arrive without answers, without knowing the way, standing right where the year turns from yesterday. Some of us came here tired, some pretending we're fine, some just trying to remember when we stopped feeling time. We
spoke in half-made sentences, left thoughts hanging in there, like we were afraid to name what we carried here. The room feels honest in its stillness, no one rushing to speak, as if the night itself is listening to what we keep.
maybe beginnings don't announce themselves, maybe they don't explain, maybe they just open quietly and wait.
We arrive without answers, without knowing the plan, just a little more honest than we were when we began. We arrive without answers, and somehow that's okay. Some years don't start with clarity, year asked more than we expected, took more than we prepared. Taught us how to hold our ground when nothing felt fair. Some nights were filled with silence, some days with too much noise, but every moment asked us to make a choice.
We learned that moving forward doesn't always mean fast. Sometimes it's standing still long enough to let something pass. If the past still feels unfinished, I don't fight the truth. Some things don't need closure to loosen their hold on you. I don't need the future settled, I don't need it all defined. If I walk into it breathing, I'll be fine. We arrive without answers, without knowing the plan. Just a little more patient than we've ever been. We arrive without answers, and that's enough to stay. Some years don't start with certainty, they start this way.
Maybe hope isn't waiting at the end of the road. Maybe it's walking beside us, sharing the load.
Maybe faith is quieter than we learned before, not asking us to run ahead, just to walk some more.
Outside the night is thinning, the dark begins to bend, like it knows every ending is also a beginning's friend.
I don't need this year to promise me that I'll understand. If I keep my heart open and my feet where I stand, I'll take the lessons I can carry, leave the rest behind, trusting that becoming something new doesn't erase my past in time. We didn't come here ready, we didn't come prepared, but we arrived and we're still here, and that counts as care. Arrive without answers, but we're not alone. Every step into tomorrow is already our own. We arrive without answers, this is how we begin, not knowing where we're going, but choosing to step in.
Electric guitar swells return,
Piano fades slowly,
and on a soft unresolved chord. Single acoustic guitar strumming slowly, very light piano enters after 30s. No hook, no melody lead, just atmosphere. The room feels smaller than an hour ago, voices drifting into half goodbyes. Somebody's laughing a little too loud, trying to hide what's in their eye. We talked about the year like it was weather, something that just passed us by. But every word we didn't say is standing here tonight. Some of us are holding on to wins, some are learning how to heal, some are wondering if next year will finally feel real. The clock keeps moving patiently, like it knows something we don't, reminding us that time keeps going, whether we rush it or not. The night is calm, the world is still, like it's giving us a sign. We don't have to run into tomorrow, we can arrive on time. We don't rush the morning, we don't force the light. Tomorrow will be waiting when the night decides. We don't rush the morning, we don't need to know. Some beginnings happen quietly, and that's okay to hold. Last year taught us how to hold our breath, how to stand without a plan, how strength sometimes looks like doing what you can. Some promises didn't survive the winter, some dreams learned how to bend. But here we are still standing at another beginning's end. We learned that silence isn't empty, the rest is not defeat. The staying where you are for a moment can still mean moving your feet. If the past is something we carry, then tonight we carry less, leaving room for what comes next. We don't need the future spelled out, we don't need the road explained. If we walk into it honestly, nothing here is wasted. We don't rush the morning, we don't chase the sun. Every step will find its place when it's done. We don't rush the morning, we just stay close, letting go of what we were without losing hope. Maybe starting over isn't turning fast, maybe it's learning how to let things last. Maybe hope doesn't shout, maybe it stays low, sits beside us quietly and lets us grow. Outside the sky is changing color, almost ready for the day, like it's been here the whole time, waiting for us to stay. I don't need the year to promise me that everything will be fine. If I can walk into it breathing, one honest step at a time, I'll take the lessons I can carry, leave the rest behind, trusting that becoming something new doesn't mean leaving myself behind. We don't rush the morning, we don't fight the night. Everything we're meant to face will meet us in the light. We don't rush the morning, this is how we grow. Some beginnings happen quietly, and that's enough to know. Soft piano plays open chords with long pauses, a gentle ambient patch fades in slowly. No rhythm at first, tempo settles naturally. The city feels quieter than it should, like it's holding something back. Footsteps echo in the distance, where the night begins to crack. We talked about the future softly, like we didn't want to scare it away. Every word felt heavier than the things we didn't say. Some of us are tired of pretending, some just learned how to wait. Some are still carrying last year, like a weight they couldn't shake. The clock keeps moving patiently, never asking what we choose. It just keeps opening seconds we can use. Maybe beginnings don't need courage, maybe they just need time to let the moment find us without crossing a line. We stay for the first light, we don't run from the dark. Every ending left a mark on our hearts. We stay for the first light, when the night loosens its hold. We don't need to be ready, we just need to be whole. Last year taught us how to listen, how to sit inside the noise, how silence can be honest when it finally finds a voice. Some plans never made it past the winter, some dreams learned how to bend. Some doors closed without warning and never opened again. We learned that time doesn't promise us the meaning of it all. Sometimes it just keeps moving and waits for us to follow. If the past still feels unfinished, I don't ask it to explain. I let it stand beside me without holding the reins. I don't need tomorrow written, I don't need it drawn in lines. If I walk into it breathing, I'll be fine. We stay for the first light, we don't rush the sun. Everything we're meant to face will come when it comes. We stay for the first light, with nothing to prove. Some beginnings happen quietly, and that's how we move. Maybe hope is something smaller than we thought it had to be. Not a promise, not a plan, just the space to breathe. Maybe starting over isn't turning away. Maybe it's learning how to stay. Outside the sky is changing slowly, not rushing into blue, like it knows tomorrow comes whether we want it to. I don't need this year to save me, I don't need it to be kind. If I meet it honestly, I'll be fine. I'll take the lessons I can carry, leave the rest behind, trusting that becoming something new doesn't cost me who I am inside. We didn't come here fearless, we didn't come prepared, but we stayed and we're still here, and that's enough to care. We stay for the first light, when the night lets go. Everything we're becoming starts slow. We stay for the first light, this is how we begin, not knowing where we're going, but choosing to step in. Piano returns alone, pad fades gradually and unresolved, soft, hopeful. Slow piano notes, spaced wide apart, a warm pad fades in quietly. No clear beat at first, rhythm forms gently. After 45, the night feels wider than the answers we thought we'd have by now, like it's asking us to listen instead of asking how. We stood around unfinished sentences, half smiles, tired eyes, watching all the old intentions slowly say goodbye. Some of us came here carrying hope, some carrying weight. Some learned how to wait too long, some learned it was too late. The clock keeps turning without comment, without taking sides, like it knows the year ahead will find us in time. Maybe beginnings don't arrive with certainty or signs, maybe they just open quietly and let us step inside. Before the year learns our names, we stand where the moment bends, between what we've been holding on to and what we're ready to end. Before the year learns our names, with nothing written through, we don't have to be ready yet, we just have to be true. Last year taught us how to lose gently, how to stay when things fell apart, how strength can look like breathing through the weight inside the heart. Some plans faded into distance, some dreams changed their shape, some doors didn't close loudly, they just quietly slipped away. We learned that time doesn't explain itself, it just keeps moving on. That healing isn't loud or fast, it hums a softer song. If the past still sits beside me, I don't ask it to leave, I let it rest a moment longer before I breathe. I don't need the future mapped out, I don't need it justified. If I walk into it honestly, I'll be alright. Before the year learns our names, before the days unfold, we let go of what we can't control and keep what we can hold. Before the year learns our names, this is how we begin, not with answers or promises, but choosing to step in. Maybe hope doesn't rush us, maybe it waits nearby, sits with us in the quiet while the night goes by. Maybe starting over
means to stay seen. Outside the sky is changing color, not hurrying into blue, like it knows tomorrow comes whether we feel ready to. I don't need this year to promise me that everything will align. If I meet it breathing slowly, I'll be fine. I'll take the lessons I can carry, leave the rest behind, trusting that becoming something new doesn't erase my past in time. Before the year begins to ask, would I become or changed? I'll stand right here and let it start before it learns my name. Before the year learns our names, we stand without disguise, letting go of yesterday without saying goodbye. Before the year learns our names, this is how we move, not knowing where we're going, but choosing what is true. Piano returns alone, pad fades slowly and unresolved, warm and open. The year opens slowly, like it's unsure of us, standing in the doorway without making a fuss. We expected fireworks, some kind of sign, but all we got was quiet and a little more time. The room is filled with tired smiles, cups still half full, everyone pretending they don't feel the pull. We talk about the future like it's somewhere far, but it's already breathing where we are. Maybe beginnings don't announce themselves, maybe they don't explain, maybe they just stay open and wait. The year opens slowly, and so do we, letting go of what we thought we were supposed to be. The year opens slowly without warning or proof. We don't have to rush the moment, we just have to move. Last year asked us questions we weren't ready to hear, taught us how fragile things become when they disappear. Some goodbyes stayed unfinished, some stayed far too long. Some lessons only made sense after they were gone. We learned that holding on too tight can feel like falling through, that sometimes staying present is the bravest thing to do. If the past still sits beside me, I don't push it away, I let it stay quiet until it fades. I don't need the future promised, I don't need it drawn in lines. If I walk into it honestly, I'll be fine. The year opens slowly, that feels right, like it knows we're learning how to step into the light. The year opens slowly with nothing to prove. Some beginnings happen quietly, and that's how we move. Maybe hope isn't louder than what we've been through. Maybe it's the space that lets us choose. Maybe starting over isn't breaking away, maybe it's learning how to stay. Outside the sky is changing color, not rushing into blue, like it knows tomorrow comes whether we want it to. I don't need this year to save me, I don't need it to decide. If I meet it breathing slowly, I'll be alright. I'll take the lessons I can carry, leave the rest behind,
trusting that becoming something new doesn't cost me time. The year doesn't ask for promises, it doesn't ask me to be strong. It just opens up a moment and invites me along. The year opens slowly, and so do I, letting go of yesterday without asking why. The year opens slowly, this is how I choose to step into tomorrow with nothing left to prove. With nothing left to prove. With nothing left to prove. Electric piano repeats a single phrase. Pad fades out gradually, and unresolved warm and old.